In this video, I wanted to talk to you about how you can do match betting full time. Hey, welcome back to the channel. For those of you new here, my name's Chris, and on here I love talking about how to make money online and how to be smarter with your money. Before I get into everything you need to know about how to do match betting full time, I'd just like to quickly mention the Profit Boss Match Betting Facebook group, of which you can find a link to down in the description. And of course, there is also a link there for anyone that's not yet started match betting to the Profit Boss Match Betting page, where there is a completely free step-by-step guide on how to complete your very first welcome offer. The subjects that I'm going to cover in this video in order to help you prepare doing match betting full time include what bookmaker accounts you're going to need, how much bankroll you need, and how many hours a week it's going to take you to make this a full-time income, as well as at the end some top tips for anyone actually considering doing match betting as a full-time job. So firstly then, let me just talk to you about what bookmaker accounts you'll need. So unfortunately, you won't be able to do match betting full-time if you only have your own set of accounts. And I know many places, they sort of taboo you and don't allow you to talk about multi-accounting. But in my opinion, multi-accounting, provided you have the express permission of the person you're placing the bets for and everything like that, and it's all above board and all completely legal, I have no problem with people talking about match betting, multi-accounting, either on the comments of these videos or in the Profit Boss Match Betting Facebook group. Absolutely no problem at all. Ideally, what you will need is 4 sets of multiple accounts. So not just your own and your partner's set of accounts, but also another 2 there. And that will allow you to then be able to place more bets, like higher stakes. So if you imagine, if you're doing the extra play strategy, for example, and you just have, say, 2 accounts, and a horse that comes in as getting on it as 100% match has a limit of you're only going to be able to bet, say, £12 each way on it, so £24 total. In order to make the really good money through match betting, you ideally need those extra accounts, so the 4 accounts in total, or more, but at least 4 accounts, so that you can maximize the amount of money that you're putting on each bet when it becomes available for you to do. Then, as far as the bankroll that you need in order to do match betting full time, I would recommend that you would need a minimum of at least £10,000. And if you just started match betting, or you've been match betting for a few months now, and you've built up, say, £3,000 of profit that you've got in your bankroll, don't let the 10,000 put you off, because you can build up to that. And that's exactly what I did. I started off with £3,000 that I saved up from my HGV driving job, as many of you know, and then I built up my match betting profits as I went along, and built up to, I think I'd got to about 15,000 before I actually decided, okay, I'm going to do this full time now. What I'm trying to say is, if you're well below that 10,000 bankroll at the moment, don't worry, just keep going with match betting and it will soon build up, and before you know it, you'll be knocking on the door of 15,000, 20,000 and so on. Now, as far as how many hours a week are you going to have to put into match betting in order to make it a full-time income, I would recommend that you're going to be spending about 2 hours a week if you're just doing the 2-up strategy, so 2 hours for that. And then you're going to need about 6 hours each week on a Saturday in order to do the extra places strategy for the horse racing, of course. And then any week that there's a larger festival on, so at the end of July, as I'm filming this video now, it's at the beginning of July. At the end of July, we do have the Goodwood Festival, and that would be a time there, because it's over 5 days, so Tuesday to Saturday. You wouldn't just put 6 hours in for the entire week and expect to make really good profits. You would then have to put like 6 hours per day, Tuesday to Saturday there, to make those good profits from that festival. On top of the time that you're taking to actually place these bets, when you're multi-accounting, you really need like 2 hours a week to do all the admin work. So you need to track where your money is, which bookmaker account it's in, whose bank account it's in, etc. And that does take a couple of hours of your time each week, just to stay on top of things and make sure you know where everything is. Okay, so onto the top tips section of this video. In order to really decide whether or not match betting is for you, you're going to have to ask yourself a few things. That's if you want to do it full time. One of the things you would need to ask yourself is, are you going to need to apply for a mortgage anytime soon, or for any credit or anything like that? because this isn't something that you will be able to show on your bank statements as a full-time income from an employer, or it's not a business that you're going to be able to run books through, because it's all tax-free winnings that you're taking. So you won't be able to apply for any mortgages or anything like that if you're doing match betting full-time. Then another thing you need to ask yourself is, how much money do you have in your savings? So if, for example, your monthly living expenses are £1,000 a month, and you're working with 4 full sets of accounts, minimum 10 grand bankroll, because when I was doing match betting full time, what I noticed was my worst month I made £250. So it's 250 quid profit was my absolute worst month. So obviously that meant that I was £750 short of just covering my living expenses, never mind any extra money to spend on enjoyment or anything. My best month was the December 2019 of that £4,400. So obviously that month I had all my living expenses covered, and then also extra money to spend on whatever I wanted. But yeah, you really have to ask yourself, how much money do I have in savings to cover any months where you're not going to quite hit that living expenses and be able to cover all your bills and have money left over. And then finally, my top tip is look at what you can build alongside your full-time match betting. So I wouldn't look at match betting full-time as something that you're going to be able to do forever. Of course, when you're doing match betting, you are taking value from the bookmakers. As careful as you might be, they will eventually gub you or ban your account, as it's known. And it's one of those things where you would want to be doing the match betting in order to supplement your living expenses, so that you can free up extra time. So you, like I say, you will only be putting in about, say, 10, maybe 12 hours a week at the most. So you will have a lot of spare time in order to do other things. And that's why when I was doing match betting full time, I also then found time to build this Profit Boss YouTube channel, my car channel, Crazy Speed, which if you're into your cars, of course, I'll leave a link to that channel down in the description as well. But yeah, it just allowed me to build those other things. So I would highly recommend that you also do the same. Think about what you're passionate about, what you really want to do. And of course, when I asked myself that, I really wanted to help people with match betting. And then I also wanted to make cool car videos. So that just opened the doors of opportunity there for me to be able to do that and make these YouTube videos. If you found this video helpful, do please press the like button before you click off. That is going to do it for this one. And of course, comment below as usual if you want to share your thoughts, and do get involved in the live streams Monday to Thursday, 7 till 8 PM. Until next time then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.